She doesn't even go here.
I'm bi, actually.
Excuse me. Could the ugly, untalented gays please report to the principal's office?
Hi, I'm Kurt Homo, and I'll be auditioning for the role of kicker.
Hello! Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. I'm your host, Luke.
And I'm your other host, Alicia.
And you are watching Not So Straight Nerds. And today, I'm very excited to announce we are talking about the 77th Emmy Awards.
Woo-hoo!
So, very excited. This is our first awards show to talk about.
I think so, yeah.
So, we're going to play around with some layout for how we're going to approach award shows. Let us know what you think and if it works or if we need to start from scratch.
This is like our trial run for the big like SAG, Golden Globes, Oscars, like everything. So
But just kind of enjoy it and let us know where we can improve. But before we get started on this conversation,
vibe check.
Vibes. Alicia, how are the vibes over there?
All over the place. My day at work ended very chaotically. My cats are being very chaotic. We usually leave one in her room because they like to tussle. But right now they're tussling outside of this room. So we'll see how that goes. If you see me standing up, it's probably because of them.
They're a little crazy.
Anyways, it's okay. Well, other than that, I'm excited to record. I'm excited to talk about the Emmys. I feel like it's maybe okay, how do I phrase this? Not best award show I've seen since I started watching award shows. But like as far as who won, I would say it's the best. Like the happiest I've been.
It's certainly up there. There's definitely I don't think there's a single category where I think there's like anywhere near an upset for me.
No, I don't think so. Not that I can remember, but I guess we'll see.
And we'll go through them.
It,
so
yeah.
I will say of the main awards, I do have some thoughts.
Oh yeah, what was it
some
called?
of the craft categories.
The craft. But they had like a name for it and I can't remember what it was. Something Emmy. Like a different, not primetime Emmys, like something else. Creative Award Emmys? I don't know. That's probably not it.
Or something like that. But we'll get into some of that. I do want to say my vibe check. I'm mad because I'm behind on my movie watching.
We're behind on like everything. I've also barely watched any movies this month because I'm really trying to get through Young Justice, which is really good. But it's like the sacrifices movies, which sucks. But I feel like I go through phases personally where I'm like really into TV shows and then really into movies. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe now is just a time of TV shows mostly.
I don't know. It doesn't help that there's so many shows that like we need to be watching right now. Mm-hmm. But I wish I was just enjoying those ones more. Yeah. I think is a problem of why I'm like I would rather be watching movies right now that I've missed.
No, that's so understandable. It's hard when they're not that good. Although I will say, we didn't like the first episode of Gen V season 2, but from what I've seen, some things that we were complaining about get better. Mm-hmm. So hopefully that's true, or hopefully, within context. Peacemaker, it seems like it's starting to really pick up. Alien Earth, I don't really know. I feel like people have either loved the whole thing or they've agreed that it had a good start, kind of fell off a little bit, and that's kind of where we are. We haven't even started Only Murders. The light at the end of the tunnel is Abbott Elementary because we're thriving with the rewatch of that right now. Mm-hmm. But we actually don't need to be watching that one technically. We need to be watching all the others, but all the others are a little exhausting sometimes. So, But you know what? We're done with The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Yes, we are.
So, anyways.
So, circling us back into starting this conversation, I want to ask you how you felt about the overall ceremony of it all. Maybe even more specifically, how do you feel about our host?
You know what? I feel like people have been really getting on to him and saying that he should never host anything ever again. And I wouldn't go that far because you never know behind the scenes how much was really truthfully his fault and not his fault. And overall, I honestly think it went really well, other than the stupid, like, donation I don't want to call it that because donating is not stupid, but the way they used it was not only stupid but insulting to all the winners and the children. Like doing that in front of them, I think is just insane. But you never know how much was his fault. Even if it was his idea, you know, how much did it bloom into something else? I don't know. I am sad that they're not really acknowledging that everyone hated it. They're just like, well, it worked. It was shorter. And I'm like, that's not the point. You like dampened the whole night. It's like looming over what was otherwise a great night.
Two things can be true. You should have a way to like make people not give
Adrian Brody's
speech.
I'll say
when they win an award.
That was ridiculous.
And also, if you're going to like, there should be like a community outlet for these like big award shows where a lot of people show up and a lot of people with money are involved.
Yeah.
Both of those things should be true and not counteract each other in any way.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just disappointing. I forgot what show. I want to say it was the Grammys, but it might have been something else. I don't remember. Where they were raising money for the firefighters.
That was the Oscars.
Oscars. Just do something like that.
Well,
it worked. You raised money.
And what they typically do is they just increase. Like, it's typically the opposite, where they increase the amount that the actor owes the Academy for their cause.
Yeah.
And I think that's just, I don't know. It feels like, I can't even imagine, like, on paper that working.
I don't know.
Like, especially if you've worked in the Academy for this long, like, people get excited. They don't think about the time and, you know, all of the work they put into these projects and you're trying to narrow it down to 40 seconds and then start taking away someone else's money.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think it's ridiculous, you know, and 45 seconds especially, like, I'm not trying to sit here and say that everyone should have a 5-minute speech. I don't think that's true. Maybe, like, the one, you know, they always have, like, a really, really big special award. I forgot what they called it at the Emmys. But for that one couple.
Yes, it was the
you know, I
Hope
feel
Award.
like that's, like, the one acceptance speech. I'd be totally fine them talking however long they wanted. But for everyone else, like, we were timing it because at certain points we were like, there's no way that was 45 seconds. So we were timing it to see how accurate it was. And it's so short because you don't even have time to thank everybody, much less, like, you know, take it in and say anything else about the show. Like, people were not only having a list of people to thank, but also, like, the pit, they were often thanking the nurses and the healthcare workers. Same category. I don't know why I said them separately. Anyways. But I'm like, they don't even have time for one of those, much less both. And both are very important. So, it's just unfortunate.
I agree.
I think, you know, if someone wants to talk for 5 minutes, then maybe don't have like a 10-minute opening or like comedy sketch. Oh my god, that went on so long. It was funny at first, but
I completely agree on that note. I was going to ask specifically about that.
I'm like, that could save you your 5 minutes or whatever. You probably didn't even save 5 minutes. So, I don't know. That's ridiculous. Take time away from someone. Why does the opening act get way longer to talk, and why do each of the presenters get way longer to talk? They're not winning awards.
I completely agree. I think
so.
Those bits went on very long, and like those are the things like I think people would prefer to cut because
if anything,
you know, they're promoting their own projects or whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's like that's not what people tuned in to see here.
No.
I don't know. It's very odd. So, but our host in general, I will say, his bits, I think, overall start off really funny and then just went a little long, I think is the overall consensus I have for it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Other than the donation thing, I feel like he was fine. Like, at least other than that, he wasn't, like, offensive or anything. He wasn't like the stupid Golden Globes host from a couple years ago that said the Barbie movie was about a doll with big boobs. God, I hope he never works again. That was infuriating. But at least, at least he wasn't that. But
and I will say my favorite moment from him was whenever he like personally was taking away from Owen Cooper's the loss that he had after winning. He personally said he was going to recoup that.
Mm-hmm. Good.
any of the people who said they were going to recoup that out of their own, I give a lot of credit to.
Yeah. Anyways,
So,
it's crazy.
Furthermore, I wanted to talk about some of the shows that got snubbed out of not even wins, but just nominations and kind of recognition here from the Academy.
Yeah. I want to point out one that's not on this list, and that is the TV show Interview with a Vampire, or with the Vampire, I think. So I've seen both seasons of that show, and I think it's great. And I think specifically Jacob Anderson is phenomenal in that show. And I know, like, it was a competitive year, but I still wish, something from that show got nominated. I think he did a good enough job to get nominated somewhere. Like, personally, I would have put him above, like, Pedro Pascal's
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I feel like...
sorry, Pedro. Like, you're great, but it's okay. You don't always have to have a nom. Like, yeah. And I think Jacob Anderson, I would have loved to see him take that spot. Similarly, I wish maybe Andor had a couple more acting noms, because I think we had some great performances in season 2, specifically.
For sure.
Although I'm glad Andor still won a good amount. Like, I was kind of worried they wouldn't win anything. And they definitely came home with some awards. So
Absolutely.
And then
the ones I had listed, I think one of the biggest ones, I think, truthfully, just compared to, like, the huge audience it reached, was Squid Game Season 2. Season 3 was out before the Emmy ceremony, but it didn't make it in time for the Emmys, like, cutoff point.
Yeah, so that'll be next year if it gets anything. Which if Season 2 didn't, I would be shocked if Season 3 did. But
I'm completely of the same mind. So
well, I mean, we'll see. Maybe it's less competitive next year. I don't know.
But, like, even craft categories, I don't think I saw it anywhere.
Yeah.
I think it might have gotten theme again, but it didn't win it. So
Season 2?
Yeah.
Season 2, at least according to what I saw, didn't get anything.
Yeah,
which is why it's like
I'm just
a crazy
saying even
shock.
noms.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
And I think that's... I don't know.
I think Season 2 was probably my favorite season of that show.
Oh, for me, it's, like, definitely my favorite season. I think the first season was, like, a global phenomenon, but I think it had its issues. People just overlooked it because I think it was very new.
Yeah.
And I think that there is a lot of charm in the first one. I think it is still very solid. Season 2, I think, just really perfected what they were trying to do. And then, Season 3, I think, like they typically do, it just kind of stumbles with how they want to end things.
Yeah.
Which is very,
disappointing to see after such a great Season 2.
Yeah.
So I do agree. That's probably, out of any of the ones we named, that's, I would say, the biggest snub. Just the fact that they didn't get anything is insane to me.
Another one that isn't as big a deal, I would say, as some of these other ones, but something I'm still disappointed in is Agatha All Along Erasure. Specifically, it should, I will not entertain the argument whatsoever that it shouldn't have at least won Best Song.
Yeah. I can't believe The Boys won that. That's ridiculous. I can't even, begin to tell you how their song goes, but the Down the Road song, I love that song from Agatha. And that was such an iconic song for a while when that came out. So, very disappointing. Very disappointing also that the Agatha All Along song from WandaVision was also just as iconic. And so, it's like, give her moment, but...
No. It's I don't know.
Very disappointing.
Any others you can think of? Those are the only two that jumped into my head.
I don't know. I'm disappointed that Abbott Elementary didn't win much, if anything. Because I do think they had a good season. Specifically, the woman who plays Ava, although, acting categories, I think, were really tough. So even though she had a great season, a great arc this season, I can understand her not winning, but I am glad she got nominated. But yeah, I'm disappointed they didn't win anything at all. But they're in the comedy category and the studio swept, and honestly, I can't be mad at that, it's just one of those, like, I want everybody to win because there's so much good TV.
Mm.
But, oh well.
Sure. So we are going to start going category by category. We're going to talk about just kind of all of the parties that are involved there. Is there anyone that we think should win? Was there anyone that we were predicting was going to win?
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about how we feel about who did win.
Perfect.
So the first category that we have is Outstanding Comedy Series.
Yes.
Our nominees were Abbott Elementary, The Bear, Hacks, Nobody Wants This, Only Murders in the Building Season 3, I believe.
I think so.
Shrinking, I believe that's on Season 2. Not me just halfway through talking about what seasons they are. The Studio, and What We Do in the Shadows. So you hear that lineup, and I will say, is there any outlier you can think of in a negative connotation? Like any ones that you think maybe shouldn't be here?
The Bear. I think that's a running joke that The Bear should have never been in the comedy category because it's not a comedy. That's like a running joke because a lot of people think that's true.
Well,
but especially this latest season.
Yeah, I was about to say. My thing is, I don't think it should be here regardless of what category it's in, because Season 3, not good.
They had like 2 main episodes that I can think of, and that's it. I can't remember the rest of Season 3, honestly. So, just very disappointing because I had a great start.
And I'll also say, if I had to pick out any other weak links here that I've seen, I'll go ahead and just say it off the bat. We have not watched Hacks. I have not watched Nobody Wants This. We have not watched Shrinking. And we have not watched What We Do in the Shadows. So that is about half of the category.
Yeah.
So do keep in mind, we have not watched everything.
Yeah.
I will do my best, and I'm assuming you're going to probably follow suit, that I'm not trying to pass judgment on the things I have not seen.
Yeah.
Only just kind of basing things off of what I've heard.
Yeah.
Which is all that we can do.
Yeah.
But I will say, of the ones that I've watched, I think Only Murders in the Building
I think
has
that's also
kind of reached
weaker.
a point where, unless they're actually going to start amping things up a little bit, I think there are other shows doing better quality.
Yeah, and that's disappointing too. I don't know. It's frustrating because is that for Season 3?
This is Season 3.
Yeah. Because I liked parts of Season 3, but I do feel like they've been stumbling towards the end, especially on their seasons. And that's hard to watch, especially when you have such a great cast. Like, that they're definitely not the problem. So that's disappointing to see.
No, like the first season, and I would say even Season 2 did it really well, where it's like they spin a really interesting like mystery outside of just like the murder itself.
Yeah.
And they like found really interesting ways to explore and like kind of grow the mystery. And I feel like with these last couple seasons, it has lost that, and it's just basic murder thing, and then like a bunch of different suspects get like their own episode, and it's not anything super groundbreaking beyond that.
Yeah. I agree. I will say, what would you replace some of these shows with?
I will say, I don't know off the top. Well,
Because, you know, like Squid Game would have gone in drama.
no, for sure. I think comedy is a bit of a harder category to find. At least in the top of my head, I can't think of a lot to replace them. But I'm sure if I looked at those shows that I've watched, I could probably find something.
Yeah. That's fair.
I don't know. Good for their team though.
Yeah.
I won't knock anyone for the work that they've done. So which ones of these do you think were really good?
I think Abbott Elementary, I really liked that season. Gosh. Nothing else. I was not a huge fan of Nobody Wants This. However, it certainly has its fans, so we'll see how you like it.
I'm very curious to see. how I feel
And
about
you know what? I'm going to probably rewatch it before Season 2. I don't know. We'll see. I'm really busy. Like, we're both really busy right now with stuff. But Season 2 is coming out later, so we'll see.
No, I would say, and I'm not to the season that was
just Abbott
nominated here,
Elementary.
but from what I've seen so far, it feels like a show that can continue its rhythm, and it's a great rhythm, and each episode is something very different.
Yeah.
And I super love that about it.
But I feel like the studio is definitely the clear winner here.
Mm-hmm. And I've heard great things about Hacks. Like, from what I've heard,
That's so
Hacks
true.
has not had a bad season yet.
Yeah. So maybe that would have been a good win too. I just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the win went to the studio.
Yeah.
And
I can't be mad about that.
I think in my opinion, I think
it was
that's
awesome.
a great choice.
Mm-hmm. I think overall, it was such a great show, and I'm excited to see what they do next, especially after winning so much at the Emmys. I hope they do something fun with that. So
no, I think it's a great show, and I also think it has really unique episodes, and I think it's trying to do something very different, because we've seen some behind the scenes of Hollywood movies before, movies and shows before.
Yeah.
But I don't think they've leaned into the comedy aspect this hard, and also been super original in how they're creating their episodes, I would say.
Yeah, well, and I love that they're talking about how hard it is to really make art in Hollywood, but also doing it in such a fun setting and making art out of that
Process,
concept. Yeah.
for sure.
Mm-hmm. With the one-shot episode.
Love that episode.
Oh my god. So,
Alrighty.
yeah.
Moving on to Outstanding Drama Series.
Yes.
Our nominees were Andor, Season 2, The Diplomat, I believe also Season 2, The Last of Us, Season 2, Paradise, The Pit, Severance, Season 2, Slow Horses, I think they're on Season 2 as well. Don't know, haven't watched it.
I don't know.
And The White Lotus, Season 3.
We've seen most of these.
We've seen more of these for sure. So the only ones we haven't seen is The Diplomat and Slow Horses.
Yeah.
So, and I will say these other ones are very strong contenders that I think it was going to be very surprising if those two pulled it.
Yeah.
But overall, I think this list really highlights how great TV has been
Yeah.
in this last year.
Mm-hmm. Because The White Lotus Season 3 was near perfect, I would say. I don't know about near perfect. I feel like the finale was bad, but
I think the build-up is really great, and then
Yeah.
the last two episodes, they completely lose me.
I feel like just the last episode, but most of it was pretty good. And then Paradise was great. Severance Season 2 was mostly great, had a couple moments.
But I know that people still really like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Andor, I feel like half of that was super, super strong.
And regardless, we're in the minority on that. A lot of people think it's very strong throughout.
Yeah. So, and then The Last of Us,
I will say, I
know.
think it's very surprising that The Last of Us is still here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I understand it's not audiences voting on it, but...
No, I would have put Interview with the Vampire Season 2 above The Last of Us. Again, I haven't seen The Diplomat or Slow Horses, so I don't know. I can't speak on replacing those.
No, but definitely, even just talking through our list of shows that were snubbed,
yeah.
I fear that is a clear...
That and Squid Game Season 2.
Yes.
Oh my god. Well, I would definitely put Squid Game Season 2 over that, but...
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, that's crazy.
I think we pointed out our weakest link here.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the stronger links that you think really had a chance here?
Oh gosh. I think Severance had the next best chance. Then maybe The White Lotus, just because of its popularity. Despite the finale. Because I feel like we're somewhat in the minority of that as well.
People still love that finale.
Yeah. So...
And I think we're also in the opposite of that show for whatever reason, because people didn't like a lot of the build-up.
Yeah.
Which I think is crazy, because I was so here for it.
Me too. Personally, I would say Paradise should have had the next chance. I would have understood if it won. But I'm not surprised. I feel like, unfortunately, that kind of fell under the radar a little bit.
I think Paradise suffered from being so far away.
Yeah.
I think that and Squid Game Season 2. I think if they were closer to the awards circuit, I think they would have had a much better chance.
Mm-hmm. And then Andor, I'm glad it got a nom. I know that we're in the minority of thinking the first half was kind of rough. But I don't know. I don't feel like that had a chance of winning.
I don't think so next to, like, some of these juggernauts.
Yeah.
But I think it being nominated is huge.
Yeah. I would say, like, in order of the ones we've seen. Well, The Pit won. And then after that, Severance, The White Lotus. Like, realistic-wise.
Mhm.
Probably Paradise and then Andor. And then I don't know about the other two.
Sure.
So.
Personally, I would say I'm glad The Pit won.
Me too. I think that's the correct winner, in my opinion.
I would agree.
Mm-hmm.
I would say my second place would be Paradise, because I love Paradise.
Yeah.
Ugh. Besides that, who cares? But
I agree. I would have picked Paradise.
but The Pit wins, and I
If
think
I had to
that's,
pick something else.
I think that's so great. I think we've seen that has caused a bit of a what's the right word?
Rivalry?
A rivalry between The Pit and Severance.
I just want to shout out one of the like, I don't remember her name, but she's the one who's like called like the Nepo baby in The Pit because her mom and dad work there. She was on Twitter and she tweeted something of like, I just had coffee so bad it must have been made by a Severance fan, and I love that tweet.
That was really great.
But it's just ridiculous because it's like, I can't fathom thinking The Pit is just another generic like medical drama. And also we've had some great medical dramas before, so why are you even hating on them? But it's just another boring, get ready for another like boring TV. Like, God forbid we want TV to come out every year instead of every like 5 years or whatever. So
No, I
don't know.
I don't know. I don't want to talk down. I wouldn't talk down either show, because I think season 1 of Severance, I think, is like some of the greatest television ever.
I agree.
Season 2, I think, carries that for the most part. I think it just has some very clear weak spots, which is why I think it's a little bit below some of these other shows here.
Yeah.
But it's a great idea. It's a great premise. I think for the most part, it's executed really well, and I think the acting is all really great.
Yeah.
And the acting gets recognized here.
Absolutely. I don't know why they were so mad, because Severance still won more awards than The Pit did, and you're just overshadowing 2 great acting wins that they got, and I think very deserving acting wins. So, especially Trammell Tillman, like, honestly, how dare you overshadow his win, because that's phenomenal. So, I'm very, like, angry on his behalf that they're so selfish that they would like overshadow that. I don't know. I can't understand that.
Alrighty, leading us into our next category, we have Outstanding Limited or Anthology Series.
Who else was it going to go to, honestly, but Adolescents?
It did go to Adolescents. Our other nominees were Black Mirror, Dying for Sex, Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez Story, and The Penguin. I would say, who do you think wins it if Adolescents was out of the mix?
Realistically, I think The Penguin would have won, because it's won a lot of other things. You know, like, we've been honest on our show, we're not huge fans of The Penguin. However, we are huge fans. What's her name? Christine
Milioti. Her name is down here somewhere, and we'll get to her.
Oh my
I
gosh,
think she is
so excited for her. I think she's phenomenal. I think she's phenomenal in that show. But just overall, we're not huge fans of the show. But I think realistically, we're in the minority of that. So I would say that had the next biggest chance. Especially because of the controversy with the Menendez story, the Monsters one. And Black Mirror kind of fell way under the radar as well.
sure.
So, yeah, I think The Penguin. But I don't know. I didn't
Probably
see
true.
Dying with Sex, but I also didn't hear a ton about it either. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. Because I had my own issues with Monsters as well. But
Yeah.
if I had to root between Monsters and The Penguin, I'd vote for Monsters.
Yeah. I guess so, because the Monsters did have that one-shot episode as well. Or was it one shot, or was it just a really,
it's a
really
one-shot.
long monologue? Yeah. I was thinking it was. And that was such a great episode, so.
Yeah. But Adolescence wins. And honestly,
As it
so
should.
well deserved.
Absolutely.
I think it is so unique. I think it is like beautiful design, beautiful story. The way they kind of weave it to like all work in this really unique manner.
Yeah.
I think it's just so great. The acting is like the cherry on top. That it's like some of the greatest performances that we've seen this year.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And insane that they're one-shot episodes. I hope they keep doing things like that. So, in whatever capacity they want.
For
So,
sure. I know it's a one-off series.
I mean,
don't.
for now.
For now, indeed.
They might have been waiting for the Emmys.
But regardless,
I don't
if they
know.
do get another season, I hope that all of the people involved in this, creatively and in like the acting process, I hope they all get so much more work off of this because
Yeah.
everyone killed it.
I mean, Owen Cooper's already in Wuthering Heights, which we'll see if that's good for him or not, because that's already kind of controversial. But regardless, you know, there's some big names attached to that, so he's got connections, if nothing else, and probably a good paycheck. So, you know, maybe bad press, we'll see, but it's not going to be because of him, because he's not one of the two main characters. So, I mean, I think he'll survive that, even if it goes poorly. So,
Alrighty. Our next category, we're going into acting categories now.
Lead.
So we have the Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series.
Mhm.
Our nominees. We had...
Are you
Okay.
good?
Yes.
Okay.
We have Adam Brody in Nobody Wants This. Jason Segel?
I should know how to say that.
Segel.
I know that word.
I'll go
I
with
know that
Segel.
name, and I can't think
In
of it.
Shrinking. Martin Short in Only Murders in the Building. I'm jumbling over myself. Jeremy Allen White in The Bear. And Seth Rogen was our winner from his role in The Studio.
Yeah. I think clear winner, personally. Although I do love how awesome Martin Short is, and I hope he gets recognition for that someday.
Specifically on that nomination, I think it's crazy that this season he gets nominated instead of, I forget his name off the top of my head, but the other...
Steve Martin?
Steve Martin, yes.
Yeah.
Because he definitely had, like, more to do this season than Martin Short's character. So I don't know. I think that's just interesting.
Maybe it's because Martin Short kept being with Meryl Streep, and Meryl Streep's awesome.
But she wasn't even in this season a whole lot.
But she's just Meryl Streep.
I don't know.
She's just different.
But yeah, everything else, I think, like I said, I haven't seen Shrinking. I haven't seen Nobody Wants This, but I haven't, other than the fact that Jason Segel was nominated the last Emmys, I haven't heard anything about his performance. I know people really liked the cast of Nobody Wants This. I remember seeing some stuff about him being good.
Adam Brody?
Yes.
Okay.
Although I still didn't think that was going to be enough, especially with how far back that was released. I think the studio had this in the bag.
I think so, too. Absolutely. I don't think anyone else is even close, personally.
I don't think there's... for sure. I completely agree.
So... And I'm so happy for him. I can't believe... He's such a big name, I feel like, but I can't believe he hasn't won any awards in the past.
No,
And he won, like, 3 or 4? Because he got some, like, writing, like, wins and stuff like that. So
because he's
he
also
had a
like
great night.
one of the main heads behind the studio. So.
Yeah, so he got a lot of those kinds of awards too. So he had a great night, and I'm so glad he did. I think he's hilarious, and I think he's great in the show specifically. So good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Our next category, we have Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series. Our nominees are Uzo Aduba from The Residents, Kristen Bell from Nobody Wants This, Quinta Brunson.
Quinta.
Quinta.
You keep saying
Oh my
Quinta.
Quinta Brunson in
Quinta!
Abbott Elementary, Ayo Edebiri in The Bear, and Jean Smart is our winner as her role in Hacks.
Yeah, which we can't speak too much on that. However, we have heard, well, at least I have
for
heard
sure.
great things. Yeah. So I'm not surprised. I'm sure it's deserving. I do think Iowa Debris and Quinta Brunson were great in their respective seasons, especially Quinta Brunson. I mean, Iowa Debris didn't have as much to do in The Bear, but she had a great, like, episode mostly about herself. how do you say the girl from The Residence? She was great too.
Oh, I loved her.
She was phenomenal.
Of the performances I've seen, which to be fair is only 1, 2. I don't know. I love. We might be incorrect. I apologize, but I love her. Uzo Aduba.
She was
Or Aduba.
amazing.
I'm gonna say Aduba.
She's like already up there with. I need her to become another iconic detective. Like
She's
in the
right there
mystery
with Benoit
realm.
Blanc.
Yeah.
Like I cannot believe this. The Residence is not getting another season because I need her everywhere.
Yeah.
And then she's
I need her to be like in the White Lotus or something and like get more recognition. She would kill it in the White Lotus. Actually, way.
I saw that she was cast
that.
as some character in a trailer recently that we've seen a lot, but I like just recognized her face. I can't remember for the life of me what it is.
I remember we
I'm
were
very
seeing
excited.
something. Was it Roofman?
It might be Roofman.
Because we saw a trailer that was slightly different, and I think it was that one.
Maybe.
So,
But
anyways.
either way, I love that actress.
Yeah.
With everything in me, I want Netflix so badly to make another season of The Residence.
Yeah.
Because it's so good. In
Mhm.
any case, I need that team, the creative team behind it, to make
Yeah.
more murder mysteries.
Yeah.
Because I love me a murder mystery, and that is one of the most well done ones I think I've ever seen.
Just take your business to like Prime or something, because they renew a lot of shows. So.
No, honestly, right now, try Apple TV Plus. They'll push you forward.
Yeah. So, yeah, I agree.
So, anyways, back to this. Although I don't know if we have a whole lot more to say. Gene Smart, I've heard great things.
Yeah. I'm excited to watch that show one day when there's not a billion things coming out.
For sure.
Gosh, I honestly, like, already can't wait for, like, the January, February season because I need to catch up. Because it's just going to get crazier from here and I need to catch up. So, anyways.
Indeed. Moving on, we have Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series.
Mm-hmm.
The nominees are Sterling K. Brown in Paradise, Gary Oldman in Slow Horses, Pedro Pascal in The Last of Us, Adam Scott in Severance, and our winner was Noah Weil in The Pit.
Period.
So
I'm so happy for him. I really thought it was going to be Adam Scott. But I feel like they were really neck and neck.
Oh, I'm sure.
Could have easily been either one. And I would have been happy about either one. But I'm so glad it's him.
No, it's...
Because this has, like, been his moment for decades. So I'm glad he's finally getting it.
For sure. I don't know. I love The Pit so much.
Mm-hmm.
I like Severance season 2 a lot. Love season 1.
Yeah.
It feels so unfortunate to like not have been able to root for season 1 of Severance.
Yeah.
'Cause, oh my gosh, I would have loved to be there for that party.
I don't even know if maybe he won for season 1 or if he didn't.
I
don't think he did either, but I don't know who won instead.
Um.
Probably, well.
If you want to take the mic, I can look.
Okay. So, in this category, I think Adam Scott had just as much of a chance. And I also think Sterling K. Brown had a phenomenal performance in Paradise. So, I would not have been mad whatsoever if he won either. We already kind of talked about, I would have personally replaced Pedro Pascal with either, I'm totally blanking on his name, but he's the guy from Andor. What's his name?
Diego Luna.
Okay, him or Jacob Anderson from Interview with the Vampire. I would have personally replaced one of them with him. And I can't speak on Gary Oldman, so I don't know. But Pedro Pascal will have his time in other places, and that's okay. Season 2 was not it, because he was barely in it. So, but yeah, we were so happy that Noah Weil won, and then he shouted out the healthcare workers that were going in and out of shifts as he was talking and giving his speech. So I think that's awesome. And I think it was adorable that he was shaking the hands of the kids that kept going on stage when they were done. The like kid representatives for the donation stuff. I thought that was adorable. I'm so happy for him. Anyways, I'm running out of things to say.
No, keep going. You're doing great.
Okay. We're going to move on to Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series.
Oh.
Okay.
So valid. He lost to Ling Jung Jae, the lead actor from Squid Game.
That's valid. I can't argue with that. Okay. Now, together, outstanding lead actress in drama series. So we had Kathy Bates from Matlock, which I have heard nothing about, which is interesting.
Well, because that's a cable show still.
Ah.
So I think it's less likely to be in the sphere of like people posting about it on Twitter.
Okay. Yeah.
Which inherently means it's less likely for us to have heard about.
Yeah.
But I also don't know if it appeals hugely to any kind of a younger audience at all.
I don't know.
So, but I know that it's been a role that she's been in on for a while, and I believed that it was supposed to be like her last season. That's what I remember when I saw like trailers and stuff all about it.
Yeah. Sharon Horgan in Bad Sisters. Can't speak on that. Haven't seen it.
Haven't heard of it.
I haven't even heard of it. Yeah. Bella Ramsey in The Last of Us and Carrie Russell in The Diplomat. And I can't speak on The Diplomat either.
Although I've heard great things, and I think she looks great on the poster.
Yes.
We can't speak to Bella Ramsey. I think Bella Ramsey is a great performer.
Mm-hmm.
I think the role itself was horribly written this season, and I think that is why I don't think she should be here.
Yeah, I would have personally replaced her with, who would I replace her with? I'm leaning towards the red-haired woman. What is her name? Mothra or something? Nope.
Mon Mothma?
Yes. Yeah, I knew I was close, but I wasn't right.
I'd replace her with Mothman.
I knew. I was like, it's not Moth, but like, what is her name? Yes, from Andor. But I don't know if she would be counted as lead actress. But I mean, they put people in whatever categories all the time. So I think she did great. I think. True. They both did great this season. So personally. But anyways, I think the clear winner was still Britt Lower.
Yes, and once again, like some of these other, like the last category, I think there was a race to be had there, and I think a pretty close race as well.
Yeah.
I fear this one is a clear winner. Dual roles.
I think so.
They do something fascinating with the idea of when you know that role.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it's a dual role. Yeah.
Oh,
and
I think it is just so good. I think.
Yeah.
She is such an acting force. I can't believe I haven't seen her in anything else yet.
Oh my gosh.
And I can't wait to see not only
her.
I
feel like I also need her in The White Lotus.
I want to see her everywhere. Like, she's so talented.
Yeah.
And so charming.
Mm-hmm.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Our next category, we have Outstanding Lead Actor in a Limited or Anthology Series.
Guys, we left one person out of each of the acting categories for drama because they're at the bottom. Look, we left them out. Did we?
No.
Am I crazy? Oh no, it's just like talking about the character. Anyways, sorry, I thought I left out a whole person.
You're doing great.
Sorry, guys.
Like I was saying, now that I'm getting back on.
I'm sorry.
Someone's crazy over
I didn't
there.
want to leave anybody out. Okay.
For Outstanding Lead Actor in a Limited or Anthology Series or Movie, we have Colin Farrell in The Penguin as the Penguin, Jake Gyllenhaal in Presumed Innocent, Brian Tyree Henry in Dope Thief,
I've heard good things.
Cooper Koch in Monsters, and our winner was Stephen Graham in Adolescence.
I'm so happy for him. He did a great job. I'm a little surprised he won over Colin Farrell just because of how much they dominated the Golden Globes. So, but I'm not mad about it at all.
Oh, I love that. I would say
I think both of us were kind of rooting. Like, if we had to pick somebody else, I think we were both kind of thinking Cooper Koch.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I love it for Adolescence to keep winning something, and
yeah.
I don't love Monsters overall.
Yeah.
Like that season, anyways.
Mm-hmm. But
the performances are so great.
Mm-hmm.
Especially his.
Yes.
I think if he won that, I think that would be very well deserved and well earned.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't knack Stephen Graham either. He does a lot of great stuff there, and he's like a huge mind behind that show as well. So I think he deserves every shout out he can get.
Yeah.
And Colin Farrell in The Penguin, I think.
I don't really think it's all that much his fault.
No, his role in the Batman,
yeah.
I think is amazing. I think it is he eats every second he's on screen.
Mm-hmm.
I think he looks great. I think he's such a fun pop in that movie, which is otherwise bleak. And then this show comes around and they completely take all of that away from him.
Yeah, and that's one of our frustrations with the show. So, anyways, speaking of the penguin, though.
Yes, our next category, we have Outstanding Lead Actress in a Limited or Anthology Series or Movie. What a mouthful.
Yeah.
But our nominees were Cate Blanchett in Disclaimer, Megan Fahey in Sirens, Rashida Jones in Black Mirror, Michelle Williams in Dying for Sex, and Kristen Milotti in The Penguin as our winner, Miss Penguin. Mrs. Falcone, actually.
Oh my god, I'm so happy for her. I think she was the clear winner here. But also I think she's easily the best part of that show. Mm-hmm. And she was so fun on stage when winning. Like, just her screaming out of joy. And then, she did, I can't even describe what she did on stage, but it was hilarious. And I love that she was that joyful. It's
so crazy seeing how clearly different she is from that character, and it makes it even more impressive how alive that character feels.
Yeah, because I feel like it makes me think of Jenna Ortega. Nothing against her, because I think she's also a phenomenal actress, but I feel like a lot of her publicity still feels similar to some of her characters. Even though she keeps saying she's a lot more joyful than a lot of her characters she plays, I feel like she doesn't always show that.
There's definitely a brand around her that's very Wednesday coded, and that feels very intentional.
Yeah, absolutely. But Chris Maloney.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask how you feel about... So we haven't seen Dying for Sex, we haven't seen Disclaimer. I've heard good things about Disclaimer, so I wasn't that shocked to see
it's Cate Blanchett, yeah.
I had not heard about Dying for Sex at all until the nominations came out for this.
Me too.
But Michelle Williams, also a great actress.
Yes.
How do we feel about Rashida Jones in The Black Mirror and Megan Fahey in Sirens?
I think that's... I don't know. I mean... Honestly, I would have nominated The Adolescent's Mom over Rashida Jones. I think she's done great in other projects, but... I don't know. I mean, she was good in that Black Mirror episode, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like if
Megan Fahey was the shock for me. Even though I feel like she was the best performance in that show. It was just such a weird show.
For the life of me, I cannot understand why so many people love Sirens the way they do. It's just so weird to me. I thought I would be able to get into it because so many people were into it, but no one was talking about it. Mm-hmm. And so I watched it, didn't like it, and had no one to explain to me what the appeal was. Yeah. It's very weird.
Yeah, I agree.
But either way, I love Megan Fahey. Yeah, I think she's done some great work otherwise. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I mean, whatever.
Was she nominated for White Lotus?
I think she was.
Good. I'm glad she at least got nominated for that as well.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident.
And Rashida Jones in Common People, I think she does some fun stuff with because this is the episode where the ads are going off in her head. Yeah. And I think she does some great work with that. However, if we're talking about this season, I think...
I would have nominated, this is actor category, but I would have nominated Paul Giamatti out of everyone.
I would have nominated...
Or heck, nominate... Isn't it the same girl, Kristen Milotti?
Kristen Milotti was in that one episode. No, but I'm gonna remind you of who really should have been nominated. Is it
one of the ladies from the gaslighting episode?
No, I believe in my heart of hearts it should have been Emma Corrin from
yes!
The Hotel.
I'm going to kick myself that I forgot that.
Whatever that hotel
Reverie.
Reverie, that's what it was. Her performance is so good.
Oh my god, you're so right.
That was the nom.
No, I was trying to reel it in because I was like, why am I mad about it? I feel like subconsciously I remembered that there was a much better performance.
And it's hers.
Yeah.
It is
my god. Hers. That's what carried that episode to being my favorite for me from that season was her performance.
No, that's so bad. But anyways, love that for Kristen Milotti. End of the
Yeah.
day. Hope to see her in more places, even though just got to see her again in Black Mirror after the Penguin.
Yeah.
So go her.
Yeah.
Our next category is
Oh my god, I would still
outstanding.
do White Lotus. I keep bringing up White Lotus, but like, there's a lot of great actors that I think would be great in that show. So, anyways.
Next up, we have Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series. Our nominees.
This was the first, I would say, well, both of these categories, we haven't seen the winners, or the show that the winners were from, whatever. So this was kind of a shock for me, but it's a very happy shock, because even though I haven't seen the show, these two people left such a great impression that I'm still so happy for them.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me want to watch their shows.
I will say, there's one thing for being like a cool person on stage that makes me want to see you again. I will say, I really love whenever they accept the award and talk about what makes their show special.
Yeah.
I think our winner here in this next category really highlights pulling an
Yes.
audience to your show as well by highlighting, you know, obviously you did great work in the role, but like why you think your show should be recognized as well. I think that's a great way to increase the amount of people who want to see your show.
I agree. It
This,
worked on us.
for sure. For the Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series, our nominees were Ike Barinholtz from the studio as Sal Saperstein.
Thank you, Sal Saperstein. Listen, if they don't thank them at the Golden Globes, because that's technically maybe what they're waiting for, because it
Maybe.
was in that
Maybe.
episode. If they don't, I hate that their response to the not doing it at the Emmys was, well, you know, that was a bit for our TV show. That'd be silly to do it in real life. Like, no.
I mean,
Things
with the
are-
countdown, maybe.
Yeah.
But then that's just further proof that
the countdown was stupid.
sucks.
Yeah. No, I hope that was just their like quick like, oh shit, we totally forgot to do something funny like that. I hope they do it at the Golden Globes, but we'll see.
We had Coleman Domingo from The Four Seasons.
Yes.
Love that. Harrison Ford from Shrinking. Everyone loved to talk about how it's the first time he's been nominated for an Emmy.
Which is crazy. So, good for him.
We had Ebon Moss-Backrack from The Bear. Cousin!
Cousin.
And Thing. Cousin
Well,
Thing.
here's the thing.
Michael Urie from Shrinking. Bowen Yang from Saturday Night Live. which-
Iconic king.
Love that for him. I don't think I knew Saturday Night Live was eligible to be nominated
Didn't know
for
that
stuff
either.
in these acting categories. And then Jeff Hiller as from Somebody Somewhere. And man, what a great pitch. Ate his moment. Never heard of him before. Never even heard of your show before.
His
which
outfit
is
was so
crazy.
cunty, and I loved
So
it.
cute.
Love you, King. I don't even know who you are, and I don't know anything about your show, but you made me want to watch your show, and
Yeah.
you made me want to get to know you. So
Yeah.
you gained a fan.
You love to see someone really like seize their moment
Mm-hmm.
and
It was
and
so-
highlight their work with their other people as well.
Yeah. And
highlight-
everybody else was so happy for him too, and I love
Yeah.
to see that.
So great. I will say, who did you think was going to win it before?
Probably the studio guy, Sal Saperstein. Although my personal route was I was hardcore rooting for Coleman Domingo. I always will, but like he was phenomenal in the Four Seasons, especially his like focused episode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
I would think, and I haven't seen Joel, of the performances I have
Yeah.
seen, I think Coleman Domingo is a clear win for me. If I
Yeah.
had to guess who would have won, I probably... Ooh, we didn't get our sheet of who we were guessing on.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity. But
Harrison Ford is a big name too. I don't know how much of a chance he
I imagine I
had,
probably
but
would have put my money on him, considering how much they were talking about him
yeah.
being nominated for the first time.
Oh my god. Wait. I'm going to bring something up when we talk about a later category, but not right now. It's
Okay.
fine. Speaking of
But
awkward
congratulations to Jeff Hiller and Somebody Somewhere.
things. Yeah. Fair.
Our next category, we had Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series.
Yes.
Our nominees were Liza Colon-Zayas. I might be butchering that. I apologize. From The Bear.
Tina.
We love Tina. Catherine Hahn from The Studio.
Period.
Janelle James from
Ava.
Abbott Elementary.
So
Catherine
happy for her.
O'Hara from The Studio.
Mhm.
Cheryl Lee Ralph from Abbott Elementary. Jessica
Barbara.
Williams from Shrinking. And Hannah Einbinder from Hacks was our winner
Yes.
of the night.
Ah.
And
What a queen. Probably my favorite speech of the night. That or Trammell Tillman's. I love when he mentioned his mom was there. My heart melted. But she's such a queen. I, again, don't know anything about her. Haven't seen her show, but that moved it up my list of watching Hacks. So, there you go.
For sure.
And that she hasn't won before, so I'm glad she won finally. Very exciting for her.
No, very, very exciting. I think she has so much like aura, and like I can like, even though she wasn't being funny in her speech, it felt she has like such a comedic presence.
Yeah.
That I feel like Hacks is gonna make me love her even more, which is I'm very
agree.
excited to eventually get around to it.
Well, and what a phenomenal category too. I just want to shout out how many talented women are in this category. Like, oh my gosh.
I will say, okay, so we didn't know Hannah Einbinder. She wasn't on our radar. So who were you rooting for / who did you think was going to win before?
Oh, well, I mentioned Janelle James earlier as Ava Coleman. I'm going to go ahead and pick her, even though I don't think she had a big chance. I just love her arc in this last season. I can't really say much more than that without spoiling stuff for you.
Sure.
And others that haven't seen it, but I don't know. I think her character became so special to me this season. So, and she did such a great job. And she always talks about how the craziest thing about her character, she's nothing like her in real life. She can't even fathom being that mean to people. So it's such a weird experience for her to be Ava Coleman, which is crazy because she's so natural at it. So what a great actress. So
sure.
Shout out to her.
I would have said I would have wanted Catherine Hahn to win.
Yeah.
And I put my money on it. We had a little bit of a betting game. We played a little drinking game about who we thought was going to win.
Yeah.
So my vote was on Catherine Hahn for the studio. I figured, hey, she didn't get a nom for Agatha. Agatha's getting run behind, but still people are name dropping Agatha Hahn. Catherine Hahn. A lot of people love her. I feel like she has a decent shot.
Oh, and she was great in the studio as well.
For sure, absolutely.
So I can totally see why she got a nom. For sure.
I will say after starting Abbott Elementary, I would have put more money on Barbara.
Yeah, Cheryl Lee Ralph. Oh, she's won before though, and I want to say Janelle James has also, but they've definitely gotten noms before.
But Hannah Einbinder, hats off to you. Cannot wait to see more of you.
What a queen! Did you see that clip? Because she was wearing the Palestine pin, but the camera was on her. She was clapping, and she like turned to show the pin. Aura.
No, I also love the clip. I didn't see it when we were watching it, but whenever she won and she like she did the like.
Yes.
She like chatted at the camera.
I love that because that's why it gives that she's funny, because it was giving like, I don't know what to do with my face right now, so Vogue. And I love that.
You're aura farming. You just won an Emmy and you're aura farming.
Yes, of course.
Our next category, we have Outstanding Supporting Actor in Drama Series. Our nominees were Zach Cherry in Severance as Dylan, Walter Goggins in The White Lotus as Rick, Jason Isaacs in The White Lotus as Tim, James Marsden in Paradise, Sam Rockwell in The White Lotus as Frank, John Turturro in Severance as Irving, and Trammell Tillman in Severance as Seth Milchek was our winner.
Oh my god, I was so happy for him. To me, that was the clear winner, but I was a little bit nervous. Before I knew White Lotus wasn't going to win like anything, I was nervous on how White Lotus was going to take the night. And I can't say I'm mad that they didn't dominate the night at all. Because, sorry. Especially, I don't get Jason Isaacs' nom. I would have nominated, I don't know the actor's name, but there's Lestat in Interview with the Vampire. I would have nominated his actor. Or, oh no, never mind. This is an actor category. I was thinking their kid Claudia, but that would be a different category anyways. So.
I will say I also love that James Marsden was here.
Yes.
The only nominee that wasn't from Severance or White Lotus.
Yeah.
And I will say, I don't think a lot of, like, Sam Rockwell, I think, belongs here.
Yeah. Well, he should have been in the guest category, but yes, like, if anything, I'm glad he wasn't left out.
I don't know.
If anything, he's like easily the best performance of the 3 White Lotus people.
I completely agree.
So,
how do we feel about Dylan and Irving being here?
I mean, sure. Whatever. I would have maybe replaced them with a couple guys from Squid Game. Mm-hmm. Probably. But also the 2 White Lotus people as well, 2 out of the 3. I would have also been happy to replace them. What other drama things am I leaving out? I know there's more.
This is supporting category, so anyone from Squid Game?
Squid Game and then the interview with the vampire guy. So, yeah. I would even nominate the guy who was the interviewer over some of these people. I don't know. I feel like Dylan and Irving, I always like them, but I don't know performance-wise if I would say they
I think they have really great moments.
Yeah.
But I think overall...
But like Trammell Tillman, Britt Lower, Adam Scott, like they like dominated that season. So it's hard to compare Irving and Dylan.
But no, Trammell Tillman, so deserved.
Yeah.
Oh, so great. I love that he's already getting more stuff. We saw him in
Mission Impossible. Oh my god, and he dominated the internet. Yeah, they talked about him like crazy.
He's such a great aura around him in his roles, and I just want to see so much more of him. I want to see more of what he can do.
I would love to see him in the next Knives Out movie. Would he not be like fantastic?
He would.
Oh my god.
For sure.
That would be awesome.
Wow. Our next category.
Or maybe nominate some people from the pit too.
Ooh,
I forgot about that.
For sure missing some of those actors, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Anyways.
Outstanding supporting actress in a drama series. We have Patricia Arquette from Severance as Harmony Cobell. Carrie Coon from The White Lotus as Lori, Julianne Nicholson from Paradise as Sinatra, Parker Posey as Victoria in The White Lotus, Natasha Rothwell from The White Lotus as Belinda, Amy Lou Wood as Chelsea from The White Lotus. Our winner of the evening was Catherine Lanassa.
Oh my god, I'm so happy for her. I can't believe
as Dana. I
feel like this was probably the biggest surprise of the night.
Yeah,
perhaps?
I think definitely
just the fact that she beat out all the White Lotus people. And I will say, like, I would not have been mad if some of these White Lotus women won. I think they were great. I think I thought it was going to be between Carrie Coon and Parker Posey. But I'm so, like, Dana was amazing, and I don't want to leave her out. I think she deserved to be up there in my mind. I just didn't think she would have to
because
the voters.
I think her performance, like, unlike those other 2 roles, because I think the White Lotus gives these actors a great chance to like be like very big and very bold, and like make some like do their voices, like the iconic Parker Posey. You want to live in Taiwan?
Lorazepam.
And get Carrie Coon with all of the craziness that her character goes through.
The monologue.
But Dana, I think her performance is equally great. She's such a lovable character.
Yeah.
But she's not. But it's a very like subtle performance. It's in the things that a person in her job just does, and she still manages to shine in a role that I don't even want to say is like not doing a lot, but like it's just doing something that's expected to her.
Yeah,
it's not a flashy
it's not
role,
flashy,
but I think
it's
it's
very
still
powerful.
such a well written and well performed role.
I agree, and I think it's so important because I think that's also reflective of the job she's playing. I mean, when she had to be out for a little bit, that hospital was going crazy. They desperately needed her. Didn't they send her home and then ask her back?
They asked her back. I don't think she ever came back though.
Oh, I don't know.
Because they let her go
things
because
got crazy.
of the injury.
Yeah, but like things went crazy after she left. Like she's such a support system, and I would say that's acting wise as well. Very subtle. Like you don't really notice it until she's gone, and then you're like, damn, I need Dana back. And I love that she also shouted out the health workers. I think that's just, I'm so happy for her.
No, I think that was such a happy surprise for us.
Wonderful surprise.
Congratulations to her. Our next category, we have Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Limited or Anthology Series or Movie. Our nominees were Javier Bardem from Monsters, killing it. with some great representation and the
Yeah,
things
the
he was
scarf that he was
talking
wearing.
about.
Mhm.
Very vocal about the things that need to
Yeah.
be talked about.
Unfortunate that his role was so like
No, I
disgusting.
hate that he was there for that role.
Because he is such a king, like as an actor.
For sure.
I loved him in F1 as well. I thought he was so fun. So.
Other
Yes.
nominees, we had Bill Camp in Presumed Innocent, Rob Delaney in Dying for Sex, Peter Skarsgård in Presumed Innocence, Ashley Walter in Adolescence as one of the detectives. I think he did also a really good job. And then we had Owen Cooper as our winner from Adolescence as Jamie. And I fear there was no
there was
competition
no other.
here.
I think that was the biggest lock of the night.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. And as it should be, because, oh my God, I can't believe this is his first role, period. And he's so young, and he did what he did. That's why I'm like, I'm so excited for anything he does in the future. I also think it's hilarious that in his speech, he was like, I was nothing 2 years ago when I was 13.
No, that's...
I'm like, okay.
That kid is so
But
great.
I mean, that's how it be feeling when you're that age. Like, you're like, oh my God, I didn't do anything. I'm a nothing person. But he just won an Emmy. Imagine getting to go to what was it, high school if he's 15? I'd be like, I got an Emmy, guys.
What did you guys do over the summer?
What'd you guys do this weekend? I won an Emmy.
Hey, are we gonna have show and tell this year?
I'm the youngest. Oh, also to shout out, he is the youngest male actor to win in any acting category ever, not just this category. In the Emmys. So
Very exciting.
people keep saying male, so I don't know female if that means a female one that's younger. I don't know. Maybe look that up, figure out who it is. But still, what an awesome accomplishment.
Indeed.
Ugh, I'm so happy. If there's anyone who deserved to win that, it's him. So.
He goes up there and he's like, I'm glad you liked me.
But do you like me? I guess so. Oh God, we need to move on.
Moving on.
Anyways, and his speech is great, and I'm glad that they didn't have the clock for him, because how you gonna say this donation is for kids and then? So I'm glad they didn't. So.
For Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Limited or Anthology Series or Movie, you're doing great. We have our nominees Ruth Negga in Presumed Innocent.
Apparently, we need to see that. I haven't even heard of that. So.
That is a movie on Apple TV Plus starring Keely Mysterio.
Jake Gyllenhaal?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
I thought you were about to say, like, Guillermo del
Whoa.
Toro or something. I was like,
Nope,
what?
That's a director.
No, I know. I was like, what? He's an actor?
Deidre O'Connell as in The Penguin. We have
As
Chloe,
the mom.
Yes. Chloe Sevigny.
Also the mom.
The mother from Monsters. We have Jenny Slate in Dying for Sex. I love me some Jenny Slate,
love
but
Jenny
I haven't
Slate.
seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Christine Tremarco from Adolescence. She is the therapist.
No, the therapist won. So that is the mom. So
Oh,
the mom,
the mom
did
was
get nominated.
I'm
Okay.
confused, but yes.
Okay.
Erin Doherty from Adolescence won. She was the therapist, and I believe it's episode 2. It's 2 or 3.
I don't remember. 2 or 3. Yeah. Because one of them's at the school and one of them's
I
with the
want to
therapist.
say it's 3.
So.
Who shares that really great episode with Owen Cooper.
Yes.
In a whole little interview. And she's so talented. I think that's so well deserved. I think she, looking at these, she had my vote for who I thought would win and should win. So.
Yeah. At least, yeah, because out of the ones
ones that we've seen, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a horrible year for mothers being nominated.
Yeah.
Other than, well, you know, it's funny. 3 of the nominees here are the mothers of killers.
Damn. And that's the ones that we know of.
That's so true. That's actually really funny. I'm surprised no one shouted that out.
That is kind of funny. Anyways.
So, yeah, good for her. I think she killed it.
Mm-hmm.
Our next, that is the end of our acting categories.
Now directing.
For outstanding directing for a comedy series, we had The Bears Napkins. We had Hacks, A Slippery Slope, which we have not seen. Mid-Century Modern, Here's to You, Mr. Schneiderman. The Rehearsal Pilot's Code. And The Studio was our winner with The Oneer.
As it should be, I think. Well, Napkins, I will say, was pretty good. One of the highlights that I was referring to earlier of that season.
For sure.
And we haven't seen Hack, so I can't speak on that. But The Oneer was so freaking good that I am not shocked it won.
No, it's so meta. I love that episode so much. The meta of it being a oneer, of them filming a oneer.
Yeah.
And they just keep interrupting it. It's like the perfect pitch for what they want to do with that show. And I think there's so many great episodes for that show, and I think that's a clear standout.
Yeah, I agree.
Ugh, love. And I will say, this was the first time I've seen pictures of what The Rehearsal looks like, and it does look insane. I've heard people saying it's good, but I've never seen anyone pitch why people should be watching it. And this is the first time I've been like, oh, that looks really weird and crazy. I feel like now I want to watch that. So, go Emmys. Our next category, we had Outstanding Directing for a Drama Series. Our nominees being Andor, Who Are You? The Pit, 6 p.m. The Pit, 7 a.m., which is the first episode now?
I think so.
Severance, Chikai Bardo. Severance, Cold Harbor. The White Lotus, Amor Fati. And our winner was Slow Horses, Hello Goodbye, directed by Adam Randall. We have not watched the winner, so it's hard to say.
Yeah, can't really speak on that.
But I will say, they've
There's
beaten
some
some
good-
great episodes here. So.
Yeah, so I don't know.
And I think we've literally watched every other episode here.
Yeah.
So that's really crazy.
Yeah.
I guess since we can only talk about the ones that we've seen, what do you think would have been second?
Realistically, probably either the first episode of The Pit or Cold Harbor. However, which episode was the White Lotus one referring to? Is that the full moon episode, or is that in...
I think
'cause I
it's the
know
one
that was
right
nominated-
before the full moon episode.
Okay.
I think.
I
Don't
don't
quote me on
remember. Because I know at some point something full moon related got nominated, but I can't remember if that was directing or writing. So I guess we'll find out. But
Yeah.
because whatever, the full moon episode was awesome. So whatever that got nominated in, I think it should have stood a good chance.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is such a competitive category, so we're gonna have to watch and see for ourselves.
I
at some
probably
point.
would have gone for... I remember we looked at what episodes of The Pit these were, because it's a little hard to tell just because the episode titles are the times.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my vote was The Pit at 6 p.m. because that was when we started meeting up.
Yeah, that's very true. Again, this is a hugely competitive category, so great job.
I would say it was either that or the season finale of Severance.
Yeah, I agree.
Our last directing award was for a limited or anthology series or movie. Nominees being Dying for Sex, The Penguin, Dying for Sex, It's Not That Serious, The Penguin, Saint-Denis, The Penguin, A Great or Little Thing, Sirens, Exile, Zero Day, I guess that's a movie,
Sirens got
and
nominated.
Adolescence, just one of the episodes.
No, I think you should have replaced. I think they should have replaced the Sirens episode with another Adolescence one, or even the Oneer in the Monsters episode. Can't believe that didn't get
Well, that's
nominated.
in drama.
Wait. Oh.
Even though I think it
Is
definitely
it?
should still be an anthology. I mean, it was nominated outside of the anthology limited series category.
Wid.
Very weird.
Anyways.
But no, I think
No, I'm not
Adolescence was a
surprised.
clear winner
Yeah.
regardless of what was nominated. I
Absolutely.
think they probably only nominated one episode to have the highest chance of it winning.
Yeah.
But I think it's, I don't know, 2 episodes of The Penguin being nominated and anything from Sirens feels crazy to me.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there was one really good episode, the Sofia Falcone episode.
sure,
or
but I don't know. I don't think...
Gigante episode. So I don't know if either one of those is that episode. I don't know. But if it is, I understand. And if it's not, one of them is definitely not, so that's crazy. Anyways, on to writing.
Moving on to our writing categories. For Outstanding Writing for a Comedy Series, we had Abbott Elementary's Back to School, Hacks, A Slippery Slope, which was also nominated for directing, The Rehearsal Pilot's Code, also nominated for directing, Somebody Somewhere had AGG, What We Do in the Shadows, the finale, and our winner was The Studio, The Promotion, which was the first episode. Directed by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg.
Yeah,
and a couple of other people are edited, but they are the ones that are highlighted. So,
I would have nominated writing-wise that one or the last episode, because I remember the last episode being so freaking funny. So
fair.
But I'm glad that one.
I don't know. I think the studio. I'm happy they did that one because I think that sets up the show so well.
Mm-hmm.
That's with Martin Scorsese and the party and the Kool-Aid, like having the like Kool-Aid pitch movie and getting that into like docu-movie about the Waco massacre. Like that is just so clever.
Yeah.
I remember when they were like getting there, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is so genius.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
No, so I think a very, very well deserved win.
Yeah.
To be fair, you know what? I haven't actually seen any of these other episodes, so,
I've only seen
but the writing
one.
I think is just so strong in the studio. I can't say if it deserved to win over these other ones, but I'm glad that it did.
I would probably say it, but I don't know. Yeah.
Outstanding writing for a drama series. Our nominees were The Pit at 2 p.m., The Pit at 7 a.m., also the first episode again, Severance, Cold Harbor, Slow Horses, Hello Goodbye, The White Lotus, Full Moon Party. Here's that one that we were talking about earlier. The winner was Andor, Welcome to the Rebellion.
What a fun surprise.
Written by Dan Gilroy.
What a great speech. I love that he brought up the We Have Friends Everywhere. Very important right now.
I think the writing is very great on this show, and I think it deserves to be highlighted.
Yeah.
And I'm glad the Academy gave it its chance to highlight.
Me too.
So well deserved. I'm glad
Especially
that Dan Gilroy got something to show for just doing a show that was really well made and clearly just spoke to so many people.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Outstanding writing for a limited or anthology series or movie. Our nominees were Black Mirror's Common People, Dying for Sex, Good Value Diet Soda. Okay. The Penguin, A Great or Little Thing, that was already also nominated for directing, and Say Nothing, The People in the Dirt. The winner was Adolescence, directed by Jack Thorne and Stephen Graham. Also, I think very well done. It's hard for me to say. I think I don't know. I thought Common People was a fine episode. I don't know. It feels weird that that's the one that Netflix put forward.
I feel like the Hotel Reverie and then the Eulogy episodes.
Eulogy is so good. I would have put the writing for it on that one.
Yeah, me too.
I think such a weird episode to move forward. Although maybe Netflix just didn't want to get in its own way with Adolescence.
It's true. Very true.
But yeah, super well done, super well earned. And then variety series, we don't have a lot of thoughts on. The winner was Last Week Tonight with John Oliver.
Yeah,
Go
haven't
him.
really seen any of the. I mean, I see some stuff with Saturday Night Live, but I don't really watch the whole thing. So.
Yeah. And then I also wanted to talk a little bit about the Bob Hope Humanitarian Award. I think loved seeing the legacy and all of the work done by Ted Danson and Mary Steenburgen. Super great.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen their faces before, which I guess with the amount of stuff they've done, that's not surprising.
Well, and they're both actors.
Yeah.
And I know one of them, like Ted Danson, I see him all the time from The Good Place.
Okay.
I think is one of his biggest roles. But super love taking the time to appreciate people who do good with a lot of money.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome. So they seemed like really, really super deserving of that award. So I'm very happy for them. They gave a great speech, very inspiring. So important right now. Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at where. Because another thing I also wanted to look at was the. Oh, where are you? Where are you? animated. Because I love me some animation. For animation, and this is the Outstanding Animated Program, that went to Arcane Season 2. And
As it should.
very well deserved.
Love Arcane.
Love Arcane.
Phenomenal show. If you haven't seen it, oh my god, go see it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, it's very sad, but like gorgeous animation and great story. And God, I love that show.
That all being said, I want to pull
Set.
up this eventually.
I can't whistle very well.
You're doing so good.
Trying to fill the awkward silence.
So nominations, we had 27 nominations for Severance, which had the most. The Penguin had 24 nominations. White Lotus and The Studio both had 23 nominations. Last of Us had 16. Hacks and Andor both had 14. Adolescence, The Pit, The Bear had 13. Saturday Night Live, the 50th anniversary special, had 12. Monsters had 11. Black Mirror 10. Dying for Sex 9. Looking for the ones that we have talked about. Only Murders in the Building had 7.
Mm-hmm.
House of the Dragon had 6.
Interesting.
I think I saw that it only won like 1 or 2 craft awards.
Mm-hmm.
Bridgerton had 5 nominations. Paradise had 4 nominations, all in major categories. And Sirens, crazily enough, also had 4.
Damn, that is crazy.
As far as wins, studios with multiple wins, Studio had the most wins of the night with 13. The Penguin followed with 9. Adolescence, Severance, Saturday Night Live all had 8 wins.
Yeah, Severance had 8. Just want to repeat that for certain people.
Andor, The Pit, and The Traitors had 5 wins. Good for The Traitors. It actually looks like a great show.
It does. I really need to watch it.
Arcane.
Because it has Dylan Efron, which he's on Dancing with the Stars right now. Mm-hmm. It's hosted by the Nightcrawler guy,
yes.
Alan. Oh my gosh. Anyways, Alan Cummings, I think his name is.
I think so.
And then it also stars Gabby something, the old Bachelorette. From like not old, but like a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see her season, but she posts a lot. She sounds very iconic, so go her.
For sure. Arcane and Love, Death, and Robots had 4 wins. The Boys, Bridgerton, Hacks, and Saturday Night Live had 3 wins. I'm trying to see if there's... and those are about the ones that we'd have reference for. So a lot of love shared all around. I'm not seeing anything having been won. So that means I think... House of the Dragon only won 1 then.
That's... Well, you know, I was going to say that's crazy, but season 2 was not my favorite, so...
It was a tad boring for the most part.
Especially when you have so many other way better drama shows. Oh my gosh.
And I think that's everything we had. Closing question. What do you think is the best awards show? Or at least of like the last ones that you've seen?
I mean, this one, and I feel like this past Oscars... Well, I'm thinking of Amelia Perez, so I'm like... I feel like it had some good moments, though.
I would say, like, not even awards. Like, tuning into these.
Oh,
like
the Grammys were really fun. Yeah.
This was my first time watching the Grammys.
Mm-hmm. I think one of my... I've watched, like, a couple before. So, watched a couple Tony Awards before, and I haven't even seen most of those. I never see most of those, so... Anyways. Yeah, this was fun. The Golden Globes with Nikki Glaser... really fun. She's
I've heard that
a wonderful
really
host.
Well.
Yeah. So, anyways.
For sure. I would say I think the Oscars are still my favorite. I specifically love when they do the performances for Best Song on stage.
Yeah,
I think that's what really makes that shine.
So hopefully they do it next year when they have like good nominees.
And thank God they didn't do it this last year.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
But so hoping, would love to see some K-pop demon hunters performed on stage.
Absolutely. You know they're going to kill it too cuz well, first of all, they're talented, but also I feel like K-pop bands are kind of known for being wonderful live performers. So not just singing wise, but also like dancing wise, just overall performance. So, and like I'm sure Wicked's gonna be nominated at least once, if not twice, for both of their new songs. So, I'm so excited that they're actually gonna be eligible to perform if they get nominated. So, yeah. Anyways,
very exciting.
So
that is our thoughts on the 77th Emmy Awards. Please let us know what are your thoughts. We'd love to hear what you thought in the comments below. And please let us know how you feel about kind of how we went category to category. Let us know if you like that. If you didn't like it, we are down to be flexible on that. So, but thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you. If you made it this far and you enjoyed the video, please give us a like if you don't mind. And stay tuned for some more episodes to come on some of those shows we've been watching. But till then, I'm your host, Luke.
And I'm your other host, Alicia.
And thank you so much for watching Not So Straight Nerds.
Bye-bye.